Did Caleb, your line is open.
Awesome. Hello, Diego. Congratulations on the goal. How did that feel just to see that one go down?
Yeah, no, it was exciting, and I think it was more importantly just cool to help the team get the goal away and start the game off right. So yeah, it's exciting, and I kind of like freaked out for a little bit, didn't know what to do for the celly, but it was cool.
And then I'm sure there's no easy answer to this one, but what is it about this team, especially right now, that has you guys playing so well on the road?
Yeah, I think it's just the mentality that the team has. I think we just grind, and we got that underdog mentality where we go into every game with just the grit and stuff. And I think that's what is helping us away and at home. But I think we're just lacking a little bit in the final third. And I think you see we create chances, and we just need to be more clinical, and these games can be put away a lot easier.
And then lastly, how did it feel to see Damir get a pair of goals as well, as someone I'm sure that you've learned a lot from just in your short time here?
Yeah, no, it was good to see that, and I think for him, especially coming back from injury, and this year he's flying, and I think it's good to see that, and especially as someone I look up to and a leader on the team, it's good to see his success.
Awesome, thank you.
Yep.
Sydney, your line's open.
Hey Diego, congratulations on the win. I believe that's I think 5 in a row unbeaten for you all. Yeah, at this current point in time. Right now, as the standings look, 7th in the Western Conference. Do you feel that right now maybe RSL aren't getting a lot of credit around league circles, or do you feel that you're right where you need to be right now?
I think for us as the players, I don't think we focus a lot on what they're talking about outside on social media and stuff like that. So I think for us, it's just about grinding and letting our talking on the field. So I think that's what it's about for us. But I think everyone can talk about what they want, but it's just whatever happens on the field is what matters.
You personally, how do you keep this going for yourself? Still, with a little less than half of the season to go, how do you continue kind of the run of form that you're in right now?
I think it's just doing what I'm doing and having fun. I think I'm having fun. My confidence is there. And I think it's just about keeping the mentality right and keeping my mindset on bad days, on good days, just keeping, staying strong and on a good slope.
All right. Appreciate it. Great win.
Yep.
Sean, your line's open.
Yeah, Diego, I just wanted to follow up a little bit from when we talked on Monday. You talked about how your season's kind of begun anew in a lot of ways because you're through with the World Cup. Yep. And all of that stuff, and now you're getting consistent minutes, starting the game, and that kind of thing. Do you still feel that way a little bit? And was this goal a little bit of like, hey, welcome to 2023, welcome to MLS for you?
Yeah, I think last year was me dipping my fingers in the water, and I think this year was a very difficult start as I was away almost every month for about 10 days. So I think for me it's like my season did begin after I came back from the World Cup. I can solely focus on RSL and not worry about where I'm going to be next weekend or stuff that's going to happen. So I think it is beginning for me, and I think I'm feeling good, and I'm glad that after this World Cup I came back with confidence, and I'm feeling good, so I'm excited.
Congratulations, Diego.
Thank you.
Diego, I do have to ask, the 2 assists equally as massive as your, maybe not to you, but pretty massive in comparison to your goal. Kind of talk me through what the game plan was, because not only were your passes spot on, but it felt like it was especially that second goal was a team goal there were 13 passes leading up to it. Kind of walk me through those 2 goals from your perspective.
Yeah, I think it's a lot about just the team chemistry and how we want to play and move, pass and move. I ended up on the right wing side, and it's just about filling the spots and people having freedom, but also organized. So I think it's all about just the guys and the chemistry we have built and we're building. So I think it's good, and just the mentality we have where we can pass and move, and everybody knows their roles and what to do when in different positions. So it all comes down to that, and then also being good on the ball, and that's I think what we're improving on game by game.
Awesome. Alex, do you have a question?
Hey, Diego, first and foremost, congratulations on the big game that you had. What's kind of changed for you over the course of the last couple months, coming back from that World Cup? Is it just the confidence that you received going to Argentina, or what's really changed for you and your motivation for this side?
I think it was a lot of things, but I think it was the mentality and the mental state that I was at was the biggest thing. Knowing that I could, solely focus at RSL, and knowing that everything before was kind of the big preparation for that U20 World Cup, and getting through that was, I had a good performance there, so that's why I got to focus on that and everything leading up to that, and now I have that behind me, and now everything's focused on RSL. So it's having that clear mind is I think what's helping me the most, and just being able to have fun and get the opportunity and do what I know I can do.
Now that you're having so much success playing these MLS minutes, what's kind of your personal goals for the rest of the year? Do you have any number of goals that you want to reach? Any specific number of assists that you want to reach for this team?
Yeah, I think, of course, as many as I can get and as many assists and goals as that I can get. But I think putting a number on it, I'd like to get to double digits, and it's, getting half a season. And if I continuously get the minutes and opportunities, then I think it's just about me taking what I can get and doing like today, and continuing to do that on the chances I get. So it's all up to that.
Awesome. Thanks, Diego.
Yep.
Diego, congrats again. We'll see you back in Sandy.
Thank you.
Hey, congrats on the victory. You beat a team, even though they're the first year, have been really the talk of MLS in a lot of circles. And here you all are really in the thick of the playoff race at this current point in time. Do you feel, more people should be talking about RSL at this current point in time, or are you just kind of going out there one match at a time?
Yeah. I think, can't control what others on the outside say about us. I think the focus has always been internally, and really, and you say take it one game at a time, and I think it's accurate, because when we were losing a lot of games early on, it wasn't an emotional response. It was really about progress and taking every game and trying to get one game better on both sides of the ball in transition. And now, I think we've improved drastically, switching players up, in this long stretch of what's like seven weeks of 3 games in a week, and the guys just stepping in and doing a fantastic job. And I give a lot of credit to the spirit of the group, the culture that the guys operate in, and the belief that they have in one another. And along with getting results, I think we're playing some great football and managing games the right way. So just really proud of the progress of the group, and looking forward to the weekend. And
I gotta ask you about Diego. A great performance for him. I'm sure one of those players that has been kind of in your spotlight is one of those players that has really developed and really shown that he belongs in this league.
Yeah, I think Diego carries a lot of pressure. I think the media, everyone on the outside is always pushing for Diego to get more minutes. We watch him train every day. He's got an unbelievable skill set, and I think the U20 tournament really gave him a load of confidence, and really, talking to Mikey, they literally built a team around him. And being an attacking player in our setup, the most important thing is the output, right, and the final product. And I think the pressure of that, and him carrying that, was released when he scored that first goal. And with that goal came a ton of confidence. His decisions in the run of play, his combinations out wide centrally were really good. Created another couple of good opportunities for his teammates. And one of the things that we keep talking with Diego about is just shooting, because he gets in great spots. He's a very good finisher. But I think this game will definitely build some confidence in he plays. And there's no doubt that he's going to be a fantastic player. But like everything else, it takes time, and it takes and experience is created by going through a lot of hardships. And he wasn't getting a good run of games prior to him leaving. and now he started the last couple and has played extremely well. So couldn't be happier for the young man. He's doing great, and was instrumental in the result tonight.
And then last one real quick. I believe it's 5 unbeaten in a row for you all. So the message you hear in this league is you can't get too high or too low. How does the team really balance their emotions, even in this good run of form?
I think we just go back to our ethos. We want to be we want to be dogs. We want to be guys that work extremely hard for one another. And when we do that, the quality shines through. Yeah, Damir Kreilach, Diego Chang coming into the game, Danny Musovsky putting forth a great effort. The guys in the midfield, the back line, Gavin. It's really about working hard for one another. And so when you think about it in those kind of terms, you can never get too high or too low. It's about commitment. It's about belief in what we're doing. And then it's about going out there and executing. So again, I don't think what people were saying about us when we weren't winning games affected the locker room, although it was a difficult time as professionals to go through those times. But I think those moments are making this team a bit more resilient, and the belief is there. So we'll continue to be dogs. We'll continue to work extremely hard for one another, and hopefully continue getting good results.
All right, Pablo, congrats. Safe travels home.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
Caleb, we'll move to you.
Awesome. Just going back to talking about St. Louis real quick. It was almost exactly 3 months ago that you guys dropped one at home to them 4-0, and then to come back and kind of take the fight to them. How did it feel to kind of be able to turn around and have that performance again against this particular team? And then I'm just curious, what did you see on the field from your guys tonight that was different from 3 months ago?
Well, I think early on in the season, we were dealing with a lot of variables that were kind of outside our control. We had a couple of guys that weren't available because of visa issues. We Vera, I think, got his first start that game. There's a lot of, like I said, variables that I think affected the group. And now, we got Pablo back, and obviously Vera has got a great run of games, feeling comfortable playing alongside Jay Glad. And really, I think the biggest difference was finishing, right? And I think we've talked about that when we're not scoring goals, it's not from a lack of creation or a lack of drive. It's just a lack of execution in the final third. And I think tonight, the biggest difference is we took our chances well and managed the game from a point of being ahead on the scoreboard. So a real big credit to really the resilience of the group, the real execution of the plan, and more importantly, managing the winning minutes of the game. And for me, it looked like an experienced group out there managing, and we've talked about this incessantly when we do have a lead, how we manage moments. And you have guys like Elijah and Moses and Bodie and Emeka right in the thick of it. And so young players get some great experience in managing important moments that are impossible to replicate in training.
And then lastly, you mentioned Danny Musovsky as kind of one of those guys that has shown through a little bit. I was looking at the schedule, and it seems like kind of a little bit of this turnaround coincided with when he started to get some more minutes and some more starts. What is it about Danny you think that has helped this team, maybe both on and off the field?
Yeah, no, I think Danny is really playing with a lot of confidence, which is something that I think he lacked when he first came to the club, and most of that had to do with his injury that he was dealing with. And so coming to a new team and not being able to fit in immediately because of injury, I think was a tough situation for him, and it happened again in the preseason. But Danny was a player that we identified that was a goal threat, that was a good pressing forward, who's good with his back to goal, combines. I think once you hit the back of the net as a striker, all those fuzzy feelings come back. And I think, the Open Cup was an important moment for him to get up to speed, to feel confident about his game. And now, he's dangerous for us because in our setup, we need one of our strikers always running in behind, and he's willing to do the dogged work to stretch the defense for whoever he's playing with. In this case, it was Dami. But those runs often go unknown, very nuanced, but it's huge in creating space. And I think the second goal, it might have been, second or third goal, his ability to really combine and or run in behind has been so effective and given Dami the space that he needs to finish. And so I think he's been an all around great striker for us, great mentality, and he's playing with a lot of confidence.
Alex, we'll go to you.
Hey, Pablo, real quick, I just want to throw a stat at you. In the last 9 away from home, you guys have won 7 and drawn 2. How does that feel for you as a manager to just be able to go out on the road and compete and have such great results?
No, it feels really good, and I think a byproduct of that is we don't set up differently at home than we do away. We have the same style of play. And we're always looking at ways to disrupt our opponent's defense. And so I think it's a lot about our mentality as a team. And like I said, we use every game to get one game better, whether it's home or away. And we don't want to change. And obviously when you're playing against rowdy crowds like we did in Austin, it's DC and tonight and in St. Louis, there's an emotional impact, but the guys have stayed the course, have been really disciplined, really focused, and working really hard for each other. And again, those are you think you're at home and you can take your foot off the gas as far as the mentality and the dogged work. And that's why I think we've been successful on the road, is because the guys that step on the field understand what it takes to win games. And it doesn't matter if you're home or away. It's not easier at home as it is away. It's the same game. It's the same size fields. The only benefit is having the crowd, but the onus is still on you to go out and bust your tail for one another, and believe like we have in order to get results.
And so I ask you this now, coming home on Saturday, you guys have Minnesota on the weekend. They're a team who's also been pretty solid on the road. What are you guys expecting and looking forward to this weekend's match against Minnesota?
Well, again, I think for us, nothing changes. We got to be dogs, and we got to win the individual battles. We got, as a collective, we got to be, we got to fight harder than them. We got to play better than them. We got to be more technical than they are. Tactically, we got to put together a good plan as to how to exploit their defense. But at the end of the day, it's about belief in one another, belief in the work, yeah. So, that's the mindset. I think the guys clearly understand the mentality that they've had on the road. And now we just got to parlay that to a very good performance with the same mentality at home.
Perfect. Thank you, Pablo.
Yep.
Sean, we'll finish with you.
Yeah, Pablo, I just wanted to ask about Damir, because he gets the brace tonight, and then has that ridiculous dummy to set up Diego's goal. And each time after each goal, he immediately ran over to celebrate with somebody else, even when he did score. Does seeing success like what Damir went through tonight strike a little bit harder because of everything that he's been through, and also how selfless he's been with this club the last couple of years?
Yeah, Sean, I think he's been a consummate pro, going through a really difficult stretch in his career. And in games where he hasn't played, he's been so supportive of the group, coming into games, and tonight starting and playing what I feel like is his most complete game of the season on both sides of the ball. And what Dami brings is this aura of leadership that can't be, at times it's heard, but it's felt, and going on the road, you need experienced players in and amongst some of the younger guys that we have to really, so that they can look up and see, this guy's been there in the trenches. He knows what it takes. I'm going to follow Dami. And so when he finishes, when he gets his, when he gets his brace, it doesn't change who he is. He's the same human being, whether he plays or whether he, contributes like he did tonight. And that is a testament to his character and his leadership ability.
All right, Pablo, thanks again, and we'll see you back in Utah.
Hey guys, thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to finish up with Damir. Once again, just use the raised hand function so we can make sure to call on you. Thank you.
Hey, Dami, what again, you guys go on the road, you guys get another win. That's 3 consecutive road wins for only the 5th time in club history. What does that feel, and what does that mean to you guys as a group?
I think, as I think you feel great, so we feel great too, I mean, it's something special, especially the road wins meaning a lot. And I think, we found ourselves the way we want to play. And because of that, we, lately have so much success playing away, and, the feeling is there. We are, we have so much confidence, and now it's up to us to get wins at home as well.
So speaking of that, you guys have Minnesota on the weekend. They're a team who's also very good on the road, and you guys have been struggling to get the result at home. What do you guys need to do differently to start getting those points at home?
I mean, we have just, to play the way we play on the road, to be patient, to use our chances to score the goals and, to fight for one for another. And I think overall, as I said lately, we are playing, great. And, we are looking forward, to get 3 points against Minnesota. We know that they're a very good team, as you mentioned, especially on the road. But we are home. We have our crowd, behind us, and it's up to us to, to bring great performance and get 3 points.
Damir, lastly, I just want to ask you about your goals. How does it feel to not only get 1 but 2 goals tonight and be instrumental in all 3 of Arsenal's goals this evening?
I mean, it feels great, but overall, I would say it was one of the best team performances this year. I think we had like 13 shots on the goal, 9 on the target, and we were, very effective. As we, talked before the game, we fought, we fight one for another from the first to last second, and then, I think overall we deserved these 3 points. The way we controlled the game, managed the game. I think overall it was great performance from every single player on the field, and of course the guys on the bench, and everyone included in our team.
Awesome. Thank you, Damir. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sean, we'll move to you.
I'm
Yeah,
freezing.
Damir, congrats on the brace, by the way. It feels like it's been a little bit of a long time coming, a little bit of a long road back. Finally getting here to that point, though, I couldn't help but notice that every time you scored or you kind of set up Diego's goal, you immediately pointed to somebody else, tried to get somebody else involved. You pointed to Andrew Brody after that goal of yours, that kind of thing. Did you feel more excited when you scored, or because of setups like that where you talk about how complete the team performance was?
I'm just happy, because of the team. Team is the star, and I think without teammates you can't do anything. If you play, on your own against 11 guys, you would lose like 100-0. And because of that, I appreciate every single teammate. And because of that, football, soccer is a team sport, and I'm just happy that lately we are so successful, and we have to stay humble to keep going, to moving forward, and climbing the table. That's the goal. And of course, this season we want to win something, but behind the scene is hard work, and that this is the only thing which is gonna bring you up.
How good was that cross from Brody?
It was amazing. I saw Brody, dribbling on a side, and I did late run. It was like a perfect ball, and I just place into the corner, and luckily I found the back of the net.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thank you, guys.
All right, any more questions for Damir? Awesome. All right, thank you, Damir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
We
you, guys.
will
Have a
see
good
you
night.
tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye-bye.